A Norfolk doctor locked his doors amid allegations of prescription drug abuse.
The health department took his license away earlier this week, and it's not the first time. The state has records accusing him of wrongdoing as far back as nearly 2 decades. 10 on your side's Ann McNamara spoke to the doctor's patients today. Ann?
Tom, they're distraught, number one, because their medical records are locked in this doctor's office, and secondly, because the patients I spoke with say they are dependent on the powerful painkillers he prescribed.
It was just people coming up, standing there, scratching their head, puzzled, looking at the door and the sign.
The door at Premier Medical Care says Dr. L is not in, but you can leave your name and number.
He had me on like 5 high-powered medicines.
Patients like Eugene Cooper are upset because they have to find a new doctor and their medical records.
I've still got my records in that building that could just be floating around for anybody to have a field day with.
We went to get answers from Dr. Flordolino Lagandino. Billing supervisor Kim Cook told us she doesn't know much more than the patients.
You're asking me questions I don't know the answers to.
Cook says Dr. Lagandino locked the doors because he lost his medical license. Since then, she's been trying to keep up with the high volume of patients demanding records.
We actually started implementing this on last Friday.
Okay.
And so far, this is the 6th or the 7th full sheet of paper that we have.
And speaking of pages, there are more than 100 on the state health department website explaining why Dr. Lagandino is in trouble. The most recent, dated February 7th, calls him incompetent to practice medicine, saying he, quote, unethically prescribed controlled substances of high abuse over the course of almost 2 decades. The paperwork also says Lagandino lied to investigators when asked about his criminal history. He didn't mention convictions for distribution, prescription, and injection of drugs, or his conviction for Medicaid fraud. Patients say that's not the doctor they knew.
He always gave urine samples, like that's why I don't understand why this happened. But he seemed fine to me. He was a nice guy.
The Board of Medicine says Dr. Lagandino also repeatedly prescribed painkillers to patients who didn't need them. In the past, he's admitted the claims were true and earned his license back by completing classes required by the board. He will get his chance to tell his side of the story on this topic at a hearing later this month. I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.